San Diego Unveiled is a talk show solely for women.
It represents women from all over San Diego.
They come to our show to express their love and passion for what they do.
It's just a lot of inspiration, and
our voices are often sheltered and shunned, but San Diego Unveiled puts volume behind us and lets us be heard and seen in ways that has never been done in San Diego.
Welcome back to San Diego Unveiled. America prides itself on having the most powerful military force in the world, but is there something shady about how women are treated today? An ex-military policeman is going to shine some light on some of the rumors. Please welcome Misty Ortiz to the show.
Hi,
welcome. Thank you for being here. You know, I've always known a little bit about this subject. I myself am an ex-veteran, so I'm really excited to have you on this show. How long were you in the military and what branch?
I was in the Army, in the Military Police Corps for 5 years active duty and for 3 years in active reserve, so 8 years total.
And how old are you?
I am 29.
Nice. That's a beautiful age for yourself. But how did you feel as probably an older woman than a lot of the females maybe in the military, right?
I joined when I was 19.
Okay.
And I stayed there the whole time. And coming in as a young adult, a teenager, I experienced not only mistreatment from men in the military, but women with rank as well.
Really?
It was a constant problem.
And so, would it be as far as like leadership or?
It is leadership.
Okay. And like, can you give me an example of maybe something of a situation or something to kind of have a more imagery of what it was?
The women or the men?
Of women being mistreated.
Of women mistreating other women in the military?
Mm-hmm.
I had a team leader. Should I say names?
No.
I had a team leader. She did not like me, I guess, because when you're a female and you come to a new unit, it's like a feeding frenzy for the men there.
Yes,
and other women, they see that if they crave that attention and they're not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little unnerving, but she treated me so awful that I actually, a combination of her and then the unit that I went to after that, I actually left without leave.
Oh, wow.
I just could not take it anymore.
And did you feel like at the time you were the only person that was experiencing this?
Yes, there aren't very many females
right.
in the military, and usually the females that are there, they're very masculine, and I just didn't.
How did you end up coping with the situation?
I left.
You just said, I'm done.
Yes.
I can only imagine how it would be as far as like coming into something brand new and then you being treated like that. Like, that's just, it sucks because sometimes when you want to say something about the government, then people like lash on it like, oh no, it's probably not the situation, you're overthinking it or something. Is that maybe how you may have felt some of the time?
They tried to chapter me for failure to adapt because I couldn't cope with how they were treating me.
Wow.
And in that same unit, there was a rape, and the person who was raped was the person's squad leader did it. And when she reported it, because she told one person instead of going to the advocate, that made it an open case for everyone. Anyone could ask questions. It was.
So from all these experiences that you've witnessed and partook in the military, how did you take it when you got out? Like, do you think maybe you have become a better person in some kind of way because of these experiences?
No, those things don't make you a better person. They make you stronger, but not necessarily better.
I like that, stronger, yeah.
You learn to cope with people and to accept people for what they have to offer you and then just move on.
That's good. I like that. So, Misty, you were telling me earlier about your story and how people are mistreated. So, as far as dealing with the situation, how do you think that these type of situations are covered up?
Are you speaking about rape in the military?
Rape or any type of sexual harassment in that case.
Basically, it depends on your position, who you know, who's on your side, who's going to help you sweep it under the rug, if they're going to have it. It just depends.
What
on who you
happened
are.
with your situation when you were dealing with the aftermath?
Well, I'll start from the beginning.
Okay.
When I first started being harassed by this person, he's my squad leader, and he got caught when we were in the field. We were in the field for about a month, and he got caught trying to forcefully kiss me. And in E7, Sergeant First Class Han, he's deceased now, but he kind of saved me. And he made it a big deal. And then when we got out of the field, it kind of got hush-hush, but it was a big deal while we were out there. And then they swept it under the rug, and no one talked about it.
So when you say going out to the unit, is that like out in the field?
In the field, it's in the woods. You don't have showers. You sleep in a tent.
And then when you come back, it's like kind of back in town.
It's normal work.
Where you're with everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So was there a point where you were trying to reach out to other people and they were just like, no, we don't believe you or something?
It wasn't really a unit that you can reach out to anyone in. It was very demanding. It was infantry. I was attached to infantry. There was only one MP platoon in the whole, in the brigade.
Mm-hmm. So after, can you tell me about how leading up to the rape and like what you were going through, your emotions and whatnot?
I was detached emotionally.
Already?
Yes, I was detached emotionally probably about 3 weeks after I got to that unit. And just from the way that I was treated by my team leader, which was another female, they were gone to Afghanistan for 3 months, if I'm not mistaken, and then they came back, and I was assigned my squad leader, and shortly after that we went into the field, and that's when he had me pushed up against a tree, and we really couldn't see anyone out there, but there was someone there who saw. Sergeant First Class Han, and it was a really big deal. And then once we got back, it was over with. But while we were out there, he would task me to go with him places. He tasked me, I can't remember where we were going, but we were in the woods, and I was bent over into the Humvee, and he came up behind me and started pushing on me with his pelvis.
Wow.
And then it escalated from there. I actually was moving to a different unit, and I had to clear my barracks room, and once I cleared my barracks room, he raped me, and there was no one there. It was during the workday, and I was scared of that, so I asked someone to come with me, and that person didn't show up.
Wow.
And they were actually moving with me from that unit to another unit, to the unit that I was going to. And the aftermath of the rape, I kept it to myself for a few days because I didn't know how to deal with it. It's a man's world, and there's no way to convey things like that to men. And then I told someone in my new unit, and he gave me an ultimatum that if I didn't tell, that he would. And I had to tell, or else it was going to be blown out of proportion. Mm-hmm. And because I told him instead of going to the advocate, there was a lot of retaliation. They were awful. Mm-hmm. And the way that it was handled, it took months and months and months for them to do the investigation. They didn't take any pictures. There was a bruise of his hand on my thigh where he was holding my leg down.
Wow.
And they didn't even take a picture of it.
That's crazy. So if you were to have a conversation with anybody, any female in the future to join the military, as far as the Army goes or whatever branch, what do you want to put out to them? What would you want to say to them as far as handling being a female in the military?
The best bet so that you don't get yourself in trouble is to always use your chain of command. If you have to go above someone who, let's say that this person who is bothering you is in your chain of command, then you go to the person above them. And if you think that they won't do anything, then you should tell them that you want to go talk to your first sergeant using your upper chain of command. And something will most definitely be done by that point if you're having to go that far.
So, is there anything else that you would like to share with us?
I think that raising awareness, like I don't know if you've noticed in the past couple of years, especially with the VA, there's a lot of awareness. They're raising awareness. They had some parade with MST, which stands for Military Sexual Trauma. They had a group of women marching in a parade to raise awareness for that.
That's awesome.
And
is there any type of website or anything that we can look at for maybe more information on situations like this?
if you are a veteran, I'm sure it's in active duty, any branch of the military, they have MST. Each unit has an advocate. If you would like no one to know what happened to you except for one person, don't tell anyone, go to that advocate, because if you don't go to that advocate, then everyone is going to know, and you don't want that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for sharing us your story, and we really do hope to raise awareness on how females are treated in the military. Thank you so much for coming with us, and thank you for being here. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for dropping by to share with us. If you like the show today or would like to be a guest, please contact us on our fan page at facebook.com/San Diego Unveiled. Whether it's being an anchor on an award-winning news show, standing up to fight injustice, or landing that big role on a film audition, always remember you are special and you deserve to be heard. Have a safe and classy weekend, San Diego.